Good morning, and welcome to the Deal Room Live, the daily real estate deal tank powered by Titan Impact Group, a global leader in AI-driven real estate investing and funding, where the real estate world meets speed, precision, and profit. And bring us your deal so we can put it into our AI model that analyzes and structures real estate deals in minutes, generates all the docs you need to get the deal done, and gives you a verified, unbiased breakdown of due diligence reports. The investors get the advantage of getting fully vetted AI-analyzed deals that cut their due diligence time down by 60%. So you're in the right place. Let's open the deal room now and get into today's opportunity. Good morning, Corey. What's going on? Good morning, Catherine. Good morning.
Morning, Tommy.
Good morning, Ning Young Note Taker. I think Roman's note taker's in here too. It is our Wednesday call for doing commercial deals. We are going to be trying to get on C-Suite to do these podcasts, and so we're trying to build up a routine, if you will, or some sort of format. What we'll be doing, what we'll be talking about, and so far, Mondays have been just about introducing people to stuff. Tuesdays have been about residential. Wednesdays commercial. Thursdays industrial and land, and Fridays was dedicated to our sponsor, Titan Impact Group. And so we're trying to see if that's going to stay the course, or if we're just going to go straight deals. Like, we're getting so many people calling in and sending in stuff. I'm booked for like the rest of this month and into the beginning of next month with calls. I went to an event last night. A lot of local investors there. Actually, there was 4 out of town investors there, which kind of blew my mind a little bit. But there was I got to share this meeting out to the group. I'm missing a few people that said they were coming. Let me grab this real quick. The amount of people that are out doing deals right now is pretty high. So super amazing amount of trying to find how does that send this meeting. So give me a minute. At some point we'll be able to have somebody doing this, so I don't fumble it up. Quickly, Corey, have you ever played pickleball?
No, I have not.
I challenge you to a game of pickleball. You're the only person I could probably beat right now.
All right.
It's pretty fun. It's kind of like they took table tennis, wiffle ball, and table tennis, wiffle ball, or not table tennis, the ping pong. I was like,
Okay.
tennis, ping pong, and wiffle ball, and put it all together.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. I'll check it out, and then I might accept your challenge.
It's fun though. Yeah, it was a good time.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So anyway, sent this out to the group. See if we can get some people up in here. Corey, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about Black Canyon Property Solutions. What you got going on, real quick, buddy?
Yeah, Corey Slavinsky here, owner of Black Canyon Property Solutions LLC. We're a small real estate investment company focusing on land at the moment. We're trying to raise funds using wholesaling to get into the affordable housing area, doing manufactured home land packages, and then eventually um, acquire some parks as well to create some passive income. So that's pretty much the gist of it. It's just me, my wife, and I just hired on a good friend of mine. He said he was going to be here. I sent him a thing, but he's going to be doing lead generation, Matt. And
Yeah, he was. I think he was in here yesterday. I think we
yeah,
seen him yesterday, so that's cool.
yep. He's pretty busy right now. This weekend he has a mountain bike enduro race in Greer at
Oh wow,
Sunrise Park. So I won't. I should be able to meeting on Friday, but we're gonna have a busy weekend, just to say the least. But
well,
yeah, that's pretty much the company. We're fairly new, getting started out, and we have hopes for a bright future.
nice, nice. I like that. Yeah, no, we're proud to have you as a Land Shark member. The Land Shark Mastermind. I was explaining to somebody about it today. Was that we all are experts at something. Corey's an expert at electrical work, electrician, electrical engineer, if you will. Does industrial electricity, does commercial electricity. Very important. That's a very important expertise to have. We've got Dr. Ning Young Chan, co-founder of the Land Shark Mastermind. Dr. Ning Young Chan is a PhD doctor in sustainable farming practice. Again, like that's a huge level expert. Roman Rubio, co-founder, again, expert at what he does. He's expert at negotiation, working with city council, working with dignitaries. He's a uh, cross border liaison in independent or in economic development. Um,
Do we lose you, Tommy?
oh, it went off on. I had somehow hit the mute button or something
Oh,
on the video here. Anyway, yeah, the I don't know where it left off, but the uh, Roman Rubio again has been worked with us doing opportunity zones for since 2022. He's an opportunity zone advisor and expertise in that. We've got our sponsor, Titan Impact Group CEO Catherine Bell, with her a vast amount of education experience and knowledge working everything from tenants and toilets to rent and dirt and being the bank. So each one of these people that come together and even more people that we add in here, they're able to be experts in what they do. And when presented with a problem outside of their normal scope, are able to come up with solutions to things that are troublesome to the world. And so that's the basis of the Land Shark Mastermind. It's like we want to solve the real estate problem, the real estate issues that happen to investors day to day, and make it easier to grow generational wealth, to have what I call Genesis wealth. Catherine builds impact wealth. Corey, what kind of wealth do you build?
um, I don't know. I build electrical well. No,
He builds electrical wealth. Well,
I
generational wealth is, you may know, is just making sure that the generations after me stay wealthy. Like they're not going to have to struggle like I did. Catherine has impact wealth, which means that she's going to uh, make enough money to contribute now and to make impact in the lives of those that are less fortunate. And she says that she wants to be able to donate 90% of her income every year and live off 10%. And she doesn't mean by cutting coupons. She's talking about making enough money where 10% is a very nice living.
yeah.
So when you donate 90% of that, that's just phenomenal. But
Yeah,
um,
I guess our goal is kind of to do a little bit of both of that, you know.
mhm.
Um,
Nice. No, it's important
yeah,
to know that.
generational wealth and make an impact as well as we're going along.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I actually have what's called Genesis wealth, and Genesis wealth is creation of wealth. I like creating wealth for people. It's kind of my mission, purpose, and focus in starting Land Shark was to create 100 millionaires. And so I don't know if you're there yet, Corey, but I'm just saying I got 32 self-made millionaires, people that were not millionaires before they went to my phone. They're now millionaires. So I'm pretty sure I got your number saved in there. You got to let me know when you hit that 7 digits. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So because
Definitely.
you get a special little icon next to your name in my phone
Yeah.
when you hit the millionaire. Because to me, it's not that I have a friend that's a millionaire. I have somebody that's motivated enough to change their lives.
Yeah.
Like so, and to say that I have 32 of those people in my phone, like when I started doing this, um, I mean, I currently have probably over 300 people in my phone that are millionaires, and a few of them are There's I didn't count, but there's a couple billionaires I know too in there. But when I started doing this back in 2024, it's right after my dad died. Um, I did it more so because I didn't want to monetize my goals anymore. I wanted to humanize my goals. And by humanizing my goals, it made it to where if I want to be a billionaire, and that's my monetized goal of becoming a billionaire, then I should humanize my goal by helping achieve center millionaire status with 100 friends. Like, let me get 100 people to become a millionaire. And so setting that as my goal demonetized my goal and makes the billionaire opportunity easier if I just fulfill the humanized goal, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
So it's a little bit of shadow work that I did around, childhood wound with my father being in competition with my dad. I didn't have the Lion King experience. My dad was actually more like Mustafa. So, uh, you know, prideful lion, but never a lion with a pride. So,
Okay.
um, and so, as much as our parents can build us, they can damage us, and so I did some shadow work around that. That led me to understanding the success that I've had comes from the good things my father did instill in me, work ethic, etc. So being able to expand and accelerate those things
Yeah,
in relationships are, I feel like what's important. So, but
absolutely.
yeah, man. So I don't know if Catherine's available. I think she had some meetings. I've seen people walking around out there by where she's at. So, but we want to pay some homage to Titan Impact Group for their contribution to our cause and our purpose. Um, Land Shark Mastermind is sponsored by Titan Impact Group. Titan Impact Group has Catherine Bell at the helm, CEO, founder. She has been doing a lot of projects over the last 30 years where they leave every person, property, and community better than they found them. And so, if you want to learn more about how Catherine can help you, I strongly encourage going to catherinebell.ai. That's where you can talk to her about all things real estate, all things AI, learn about what it is that she can help do for you to bring you into the 2.0. Like I call her the 2.0 queen. She's able to turn everything that I did yesterday into 2.0 and make it better, faster, quicker with implementation of AI and AI agents, AI tools, AI models, virtual boards, Rosetta Stones, etc. So it's really been a huge help. And so if you talk to catherinebell.ai, you're going to find that her AI assistant is a clone. It's a virtual version of her, and so it's amazing to have that conversation. But the after that conversation, make sure that you uh, get yourself in a position to um, book a meeting. Go to meetcatherinebell.com. You can find catherinebell.ai there as well, but meetcatherinebell.com gets you on our calendar. Expect to spend some time with her on figuring things out to change your life. It's worth its weight in gold, that's for sure. So with that, let me see. I'm going to try to find the share button. Here we go. We'll share some sound. And what I'm going to pop on here in the screen, hopefully, will be the Deal Hunter by Land Shark thing. There we go. That's what I'm pulling up, I think. Let's jump over here real quick and just show you. When you get to the ChatGPT store through this GPT's button right here, you're going to go in and you're going to go search for Deal Hunter by Land Shark right there, and it'll produce for you a strong, powerful AI AI model that is focused on real estate investing. It's the world's best, absolute world's best. And I'm going to give you an example of it real quick here. This is not what I would consider a straight commercial deal, more or less, because of the fact that it's residential development. However, the way I ran it through Deal Hunter is a commercial, basically like kind of like a little bit of a commercial deal. So I had this guy reach out to me. He's got this property in Memphis, Tennessee, and it's a 1 acre lot, and or not a 1 acre lot. I take that back. It is a vacant lot, approximately 6,000 square feet. It's pretty damn small. Or no, it's not even 6,000. It's 3,000 square feet, 3,000 square foot lot. Okay, so this house, it's about 1,000 square foot on a listing nearby, is $175,000. They put a 3 bed, 2 bath there. It's only 1,000 square foot, and they're basically able to rent it for about $1,700 a month. Okay, so this is why it's a little bit commercial for me, because I look at it from an investment property perspective. So here in the Memphis market, it's given me the idea that construction is going to run approximately $175 a square foot, or selling something is going to be about $175 a square foot. So at $175 a square foot to sell these things, we got to be able to build them for less than, lot included and everything, 120. So because then that leaves enough margin in there to do stuff. So I had it run these numbers and put it in here so that I could understand it and see it. And so let's see here. I put it right here. The guy called me. He said he had 6 of these vacant lots. I said, okay, great. I said, if we sell each unit, build the house, sell it for 180,000, do a 20% down payment of 36,000, and then get a loan amount of 144,000. Interest rate of 7% over 30 years with a 5-year balloon. All in cost to build is 120. It would turn out that each unit would basically profit $108,000 after 5 years. So the the cost of the loan and stuff like that, and the balloon payment brings a total of 108. With that spread across 6 units, that brings a total profit of 650,000. So what I did was I was like, okay, that seems like an interesting deal there. Let's look at it from a few different angles. Let's do the 5-1 at 6% for 5 years. And I want the full balloon though at the end. Basically saying I'm doing interest only for those 5 years. So with it being interest only, their payment drops to $720 a month, and my total profit per unit is 103. So I'm not really making any more money doing that. The total profit though, uh, um, is still up in the 600 range. So, all right, still not ready to pen off on this as a great thing. So what I did was I realized that the market up here told me that they're getting 16.95 a month as a market rent right there. Tenant paying 16.95 a month. So with a tenant paying 16.95 a month, I can pretty much charge 14.40 a month on that unit. It would be the interest only plus 720 in fees. Out of those fees, what I would do is I would capture and retain their utilities. So I would make their utility bill basically $300 to $500 a month per unit. So then at that point, I'm paying, their 14.40 a month includes utilities, so I don't have to worry about getting utilities transferred if they ever bump out. So then I said I needed it to have a sensitivity analysis from 1440 to 1770 to 2100. And what it did was it gave me these positions of a net profit with the 1440 at 16 at 116,400 and 698 for the 5 years. The sensitivity analysis shows that with a 5% interest, this is where we're at right here. 7% interest gives us the best total outcome. And then based on $2,100 a month, we're going to see the best net profit of almost $1 million. If we did a $1,700 a month, it's almost $800,000. And we already know at the 1440, that's going to be closer to $600,000 over the 5 years. And that's basically $100,000, $103,000 per unit. So from here, what we're able to do is put this into a canvas, and I can edit this if I want to, but basically gives me the breakdown so that it even shows like the putting in the utilities, what my net profits are, what if I flip the interest rates around, what that looks like. The median rent out there is 1770. It put all in there, what that looks like from there. So we have side-by-side comparisons all the way through. And what that's able to provide us with is, understanding how we go from, 86,000 to 126,000 per year income. Again, this is owner. This is no tenants and toilets either. These people are going to own these things. So that's the way a pro forma is broke down so that you can bank it and understand it. From here, we can basically, ask it to do bankable documents. Watch this. Based on the information you've been provided, I would like you to put together the list of bankable documents we'll need to present this to a loan broker or a capital raiser. So provide me with the list of documents you think we would need for those individuals to help us raise this money. Because again, I'm trying to raise I think it was 600,000. So I would need to, that's the other thing I'm going to need to do is kind of look at what it would cost me to get 600,000 to do all those units out here. It says it failed. That's stupid. Okay, sometimes you gotta be rough with it. I don't want a new document in a Canvas or to edit the one that exists. I want you to provide me with a list of bankable documents that we will need to create using that information so that it can be presented to the capital raisers and the capital brokers. And so you can see right there, these are all the things that it'll be able to provide us. I forgot for a minute that I had a microphone in my face. Anyway, the deal hunter will put all this together for us on this property, and at that point, I think it's pretty safe to say that we could get into this pretty easily. I want to this this looks great. I need to see about raising the money to do the entire project and discover what the cost of that debt would be. So provide me with a debt structure for the entire cost to build all 6 lots and let me know what an estimated monthly payment would be for that. Because again, here I'm able to do these with, oh, cool. I just got some info. We were at a meeting last night and my phone's blowing up today with people that got stuff. Quite a few pad splits around town. I'm gonna send that over. The the way that Deal Hunter is able to analyze these things, come back with answers right away is really the key component to why we love it and why we created it. It has nothing to do with trying to replace people. A lot of people get worked up over AI replacing people, but it's really not about replacing anybody. Um, it's about the fact that we are trying to we are trying to improve what good people can do, and that's what AI is capable of doing, is improving what good people can already do. Yes, this looks uh, good. I want to compare it to our payment schedule for the owner financing model above. So show me a DSCR score and explain it out in simple sixth grader terminology. I like to I got a guy. This guy's got over $1 million of projects that he's trying to get me to look at, and he keeps sending me messages. So I'm sidetracked. Met him last night at the Azria meeting, so it's like, Jesus. Corey, you still going to Azria meetings?
Um, I like the Azria meetings. It's just whenever they have them, it's just really bad times for me. So it's really hard for me to get them. Um, but Giuliano Casillo, I've been working with him. You see, they have a Prescott at Azria meeting too, and they have them on Monday at like noon. It's like it's never gonna make that. So, and
Right.
Giuliano was the same way, and he was like, "Dude, I went to one of those meetings, and there was like 4 old geezers there." And I'm like, yeah. So Giuliano just started a Northern Arizona Investor Alliance meetup. And
Okay.
it's once a month on Thursdays. If you go on my Facebook page, you could see when the last one was, and there'll be a mixture of either virtual Zoom meetings or in-person meetings. It's just getting started, so we're kind of getting that kind of going for our area. So some of us younger folks and stuff that, you know, still work 9 to 5s and are on the daily grind can't make these either late night or Monday during the day meetings. Gives us a chance to kind of meet up with each other on those. So that's kind of where we're at. But I will go to a meeting if it's doable for me.
I know they're planning to have one up in Sedona in a couple of weeks. I got to look up the exact date for that, but that one was a good one the last time I went. So
Okay. Yeah, that would be a good one, definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, I think Mike Dupre, however you say his last name, I can never get it right, but
Mike DePietri,
DePietri, I would have
Del
known
P
that.
like Del Monte.
Yeah.
It's Del Petri.
So
I think it's Del Petri.
so Mike's actually kind of in the same neck of the woods as me. Um, I talk to him a lot. His wife, she's actually a realtor up up there in Sedona and Prescott area. So
Right.
yeah, so I talked to him quite a bit, and we shuffle deals back and forth. But yeah, it's just the Prescott meetings are in a crappy time, and Phoenix is an hour away on a Monday night as well. So
Oh
it's just
yeah.
a hard time to make those meetings for us.
Yeah, yeah. No, try to make it like going to church on Sunday. See if you can get
Yeah,
there, Len.
yeah,
Um, go only for Christmas. Go for the holidays, the big events.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
only
if I
show
see
up
a
for the
really
big
good
ones.
event that I really wanted to go to, I'll definitely make it. But
Right, right, right. No, that's the key, man. So what I'm doing here is you can see I started running the numbers on it and I told it to give me a DSCR score. And basically a debt service coverage ratio shows that we would actually be in the red on this thing, almost 6 cents at 6% basically. So and so that's kind of the tough to be position to be. So I'm gonna rerun the numbers at the 770 uh and see what it comes back with then, and then changes that DSCR score, and we might be able to do it. But again, the fact that we're increasing the monthly payment to the median no longer makes it a conservatively ran deal. So it shows our DSCR scores now at a 1.27, which is good. We're making money. We're not making a lot of money, but we're making money. And again, the big portion of this money comes back into us at the end, right? So we could sell this note and make money because of the fact that it's got a DSCR of 1.27. We could sell this note. It comes with a balloon on it. So we could ask the balloon plus. I need to figure out how that works. So I'm going to ask it real quick. So once we've created this note, we want to move this out to the note market. How could we package this to make that happen? Let's see what it says. My phone's blowing up. It's always a good thing when your phone's blowing up. And so I've always been curious to see what kind of deals we can get off of that. So we would take 90%. And so on the performing first lien notes, you're likely to sell at 85 to 95 cents on the dollar, depending on the borrower credit, the LTV, and the payment history. So that's interesting. I never looked at it from that angle and thought, well, let's see what this looks like. Last night there was a guy there that does this. His name is Alden. His website is um, Win Mobile Money or Mobile Win Money. Go search it on both. It'll help his algorithm. Um, but the guy's got a lot of um, great uh, information about notes. He's generated over $1 million in notes the last year, I think, is what he said. So he's looking to put these performing notes in front of people, and make some people passive income literally. So because again, these are homeowners, these are not renters. So that's why I say it's a little bit commercially, because you're running a cash flowing business. You're not doing you're a bank. You're not a landlord, right? Like Catherine says, be the bank, rent dirt. So
Yeah.
let's see. Um, put together. This is commercial. I have a company. I'll show you. Not many people in here, so I'm not worried about it. If we buy it, it'll be famous. But basically, I got a phone call about a guy selling a business. I did a business breakdown on it. The business is landscaping, artificial turf, hardscaping, outdoor living in the Phoenix Scottsdale market. He's got a strong website and looks like it's been around for about 5 years. So he's got a seasoned business. We looked at this seasoned business and discovered that he's making a pretty good amount of money. I was wondering where he's at, what he's doing. And if you can see this here, I said, give me a valuation. Like, you know, Deal Hunter already knows what it what it's running. So what we've got is we got at the low end, we're assuming that he makes 500,000. His estimated value is going to be about 120. So if he's assumed revenue is at 1.5, then we can assume that he's going to have a value of about 1.1. Okay. So how that's estimated is through the assumed EBITDA percentage and the assumed EBITDA like value. So it's assumed that the EBITDA is 40. If you're making an annual revenue of 500, it's assumed your profit's about 40 grand. So it's a 3x multiplier. In talking to this guy, he says he's more around the 100, maybe $150,000 range. So that gives him a 4x multiplier, which then increases his value to 400,000. But when you have a company that's making about 225,000 a year in income, you can give it a 5x multiplier and kick it out. It'll kick out the price to 1.1. People outside the house doing stuff, right?
And Tommy, um, that's basically valuing it off of the cap rate, right?
No, the EBITDA is based on stands for expenses before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization or
Oh,
appreciation.
okay.
So basically, it's a multiplier used to apply to your revenue to figure out what your company is worth. So if you have a company making 40 grand a year and it's worth a multiplier of 3x, then you can estimate it's going to be 120,000. So it shows here, like if revenue is $1 million and you say 0.5% is the value, then that's kind of one way of doing it. You can do, it's worth 70% of the revenue. That's another way of doing it. So what Deal Hunter was able to determine though is that this business is likely between 300,000 and 1.2 million, depending on what he's got going on. So the factors that takes into account is like A couple of things that it takes into account is that um, he's if he's making money, it's great, but how much of his business is wrapped up into him making that money? How much of that money is made without him? How much of that money is made with him? So we were able to um, just try to find out from him what the company's worth or what he wanted for the company. So we were comfortable understanding where we were at. Ballpark value is going to be between 400 and 800,000. So I said, assume the company makes 1.05 million and has an NOI of 15,000 a month. This is what he told me on the phone. So he's got this. He's got these numbers. Comes back and tells me that the earnings or how to approach this with the earnings was the company's worth between 500 and a million, right there. But if I do the revenue multiple approach, which is the 0.3 to 0.8, it's worth anywhere between 300 and 800. So ballpark value, 500 to $900,000 done. I want you to pay attention to something real quick here. I'm going to skip past this info right here. Is it in there? Yeah. So I had it write me an LOI and I said, okay, great. I appreciate it. Make me an NDA. It gave it to me. Got on the phone with him to find out his price, and he told me he wants $125,000 for the entire company. So that left me kind of speechless a little bit.
Yeah.
I was like, huh? Turns out, like I said, the ROC won't transfer. So there are some reasons why this is not a super slam dunk deal. But I can tell you right now, with a purchase price of $125,000, there's equity in this company.
Definitely.
So I wrote the LOI, sent it over to him. I need to sit with him and figure out like what his operations are, how he does business. Will we be able to duplicate that before I move into a full deal with him? I gave him an NDA. It explains everything we're looking to do. And so I prepared all that, got it ready, created it in like this is a canvas where you can copy, edit, or download. And then you can send that out directly to your client or your person you want to do business with. So it's pretty amazing. Um, Another thing that this wonderful uh, little AI of mine does, I started writing for a magazine. I'm working on becoming their real estate contributor, a real estate contributor to a real estate magazine. I'm not their only real estate contributor. I am just being a real estate contributor, mostly about land and opportunity zone development. So what I was able to do is I went and got an article from the Biz Journal that I've read, and I understand a lot about it. And I was able to create a pretty good article based on the article I read. And then I had conversation with it, as you can see, a good amount of conversation with it so that it created a better article and continued to feed it information. I found I'm just practicing with it here, but this will help me put together good information articles and send them off to this magazine that will provide the readers good, valuable information, I hope. So here's an article about opportunity zones. So I said, I want it to be, in my tone and just prompting it through to do all those things. It's really, really, really cool. So, and finally, I'm going to pull up a commercial deal we're breaking into. Going to be getting going here. I want to get a prompt on this out while everybody's in here. We've got the Outback RV Resort. We're looking to get a $10 million new construction development loan. It's put together for me, the executive summary and business plan for this. And what we're doing is we're stabilizing this so that opportunity zone fund can come in and buy it and develop it fully out, and make it, well, not even develop it fully out, just make it an income producing property for the opportunity zone business. The next thing is that if we don't get that sold to that, we can actually just stabilize it and sell it to an institutional buyer and other general fund for $24 million. So this is why the $10 million loan is imperative. Is we can 2.5x this money. So let me put in here. This information looks great. What I'd like to do now is prepare a joint venture document with property owner Rick Stevenson, Richard Stevenson, spelled with Stephson spelling. We need to make sure that we have a agreement with Rick Stevenson to the value of the property, to which it is a $15 million property once completed. To cost, we currently have $3 million of equity in the business, and we are looking to expand what we've already completed as far as phase one development. So let's create a partnership agreement that will move into a special vehicle unit, a special purpose vehicle. I don't know why I'm thinking police are showing up. A special purpose vehicle for Rick and I and Titan Impact Group to be in part of, so that we can raise the money from investors or brokers on the 10 million we need to build, and we will cover the other money necessary. But Rick and I need to have Rick needs an agreement drawn up, and so put that together with all the information you've been provided, showing that Rick will have a $1.5 million share. I will have and Titan Impact Group will have a $1.5 million share. And so here's where it's going to put everything together for me and Rick. It may need to be restarted just because of the fact that I'm operating from a laptop. I did notice that with laptops or tablets that as the day progresses, the GPT gets slower and operates a lot slower due to maybe like lag and bandwidth or whatever. But it does make it difficult to proceed. So, but this is another opportunity of how Deal Hunter by Land Shark can help you put together commercial deals, get commercial things done. Trying to see if this will dump the information or if it just done and dumping data right now. We'll have to let it sit here and cook. I am hoping that it gets cranked up. Come on, there it goes. So showing all the got stuck again. Provides a heck of a lot of detail if you tell it to. You got to tell it to be robust. If you tell it to be robust, then it performs like that. Looks like we got door knockers walking around the neighborhood right now. It's very strange.
Tommy, I found out something last night with ChatGPT. I was running ChatGPT 4, and it was having a lot of issues organizing spreadsheets for me. And then I realized I had ChatGPT 5. I put everything in a ChatGPT 5 and it all came out perfect.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I'm right now it shows that I'm running this in a 4.0. So up here where he's talking about you can switch it over to the other one of the other modalities, but free estimates I actually designed in 4.0. Um, so it's interesting to make it answer in different modes so that you can see the difference.
I never had any issues with it before, though. I think maybe GPT is maybe, I don't know, I don't want to say slowing down the 4.0 to get people over to 5.0.
Yeah, they'll throttle it and they'll make it difficult to use for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll be right back. There's just kids walking around the neighborhood. It's weird when you got um, you know, group of kids walking around door to door in the middle of the day. It's like, what are you looking for? Most people are out working, you know.
Oh, yeah. No, it's kind of weird. They should be in school.
Well, no, these aren't like that level of kid. I'm 50 years old now, so anything under 49 is a fucking kid. Um, so
I hear you there.
I became an old man, unfortunately. So that's how it works. Um, but the emails coming in, I get so bombarded, man. Like when things are popping, I love it. I don't ever want to say, don't, leave me, I don't ever want to say the words, leave me alone.
Right.
Because it wouldn't be beneficial. So I just have so many things coming. So, stuff flying in from every direction right now. So it looks like you got stalled out, I think. Oh, no, sure didn't. There it is. So it shows up as, terms for Rick and I to go through. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Nice. All right, so I can send this to my buddy Rick and let him review it. I can actually tell it create an email for me to attach this with to send over to Rick, make it in a separate canvas for me to edit, copy, and download, and put in the letter that we appreciate the opportunity to uh, work with him on this deal. Now, Rick's only into this property, and he won't mind me sharing it, but he's only into this property for about 300K. He's got another 150,000 wrapped up into like literally all the work he's put into it out there. I've probably got another 150 to 200 in it myself. So with all the work we've got into it out there, it's probably close to 600, including the dirt. So if we're able to create 3 million in equity with this, that allows us to value the property at 15 million, because once it's built, it'll have a market valuation of over 30. So I'm 100% certain because just based on the fact that we're going to be building $250,000 houses, 50, 250. There's going to be 50 units at 250,000 apiece. So that's just flat income right there.
Yeah.
Because we're able to build those houses for less than 5 million, all 50. So we're selling them for 150%, $150,000 markup. Some of them we're marking up 300 because they'll be a little bit fancier and have better stuff. Um, so yeah, this deal is a hell of a deal. It says it stopped generating.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a hell of a deal.
We need you to write the email according to what I wrote up there. Yeah, well, the park has actually been in the plan to be built since 2005, and literally like they were ready to rock and roll with it. And then 2006 happened, and they were like, "Well, maybe not yet." And 2007 made people go, "Well, maybe not yet." And 2008 happened. They're like, "No, we're not doing it at all right now." So I need to stop it because I don't want it to destroy my canvas. Stop. This thing's a pain in the ass today. These kids got me bugging. Bugging. I don't like little kids walking around like that. They're like 20, between 21 and 25-year-old kids, looks like maybe 18-year-olds. I don't know. So, oh, see, now what it did, here's a mistake that it does. It rewrote the Outback joint venture agreement. So I have to correct it. Rename this to the email for the joint venture agreement, and then rewrite the joint venture agreement in a separate canvas displayed in the chat so I can copy, edit, and download. Pain in the ass. We'll send it. Holy crap. It's having massive issues. Well, I think it's safe to say you can break freaking GPT.
Yeah,
I'll
I've
have to
broken a
probably,
few times.
yeah, yeah. I'll
That's
have
what
to
I was
switch.
saying last night. I've had really great results for several months now, organizing spreadsheets and whatnot to organize lead flow to put into go high level. And then all of a sudden, for the past 2, 3 days, it's leaving out all the phone numbers or put it in the owner's personal address instead of the property address and things like that. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm just beating my head on it. And then me and
Yeah,
Matt were going over it last night, and he's like, "Well, try
yeah.
Grok." I tried Grok, and Grok wouldn't create a dang CSV file for me. So I went and put it back into GPT, and he's like, "Are you using 4.0 or 5?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I got 5 right here." I switched to 5, and boom, perfect, no issues. I'm like, "Sheesh."
Sheesh. So I just switched over to 5 and said, try again. Like, let's
Yeah.
see what it does. Maybe it'll bring it back. I don't know. Um, Real quick before we head out, I'm going to wrap this up with a quick prayer. Today, Bible study for me was about the loving touch of Jesus. Um, a verse that I rarely hear or have heard, but talked about when Jesus cured the mumbling man with who was deaf, and what he did was he he touched the man's ear, put his finger in his ear, then licked his finger and touched the man's tongue and gave the man his voice back. And that to me, when he did that, it said that he also told him to open, you know, he said a ancient word in Hebrew that said meant open up. And so he opened up the man's mouth and opened up the man's ears. And um, a lot of people are like, always tell you to be like Jesus, but in order to be like Jesus, you have to allow people to talk and get out what they have to say, but you also have to allow them to hear you too. And so speaking to people's listening is important. Trying to get people to hear what you're saying can't always be achieved because you're speaking to your own listening sometimes. So the message I pray for everyone to have today is to be able to speak to other people's listenings without being manipulative, and hear other people's words to understand and instead of being understood. There's a prayer about that. Look it up. So I appreciate everyone coming in today to the meeting, and wrap it up with Heavenly Father. We thank you for the blessing of this day and the blessing of this life. We ask that you continue to bless, guide us, and show us the path that you present before us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen, Tom.
So hope everyone has a great day. Hope Catherine's able to shut this meeting down if she's wherever she's at, because it won't end on my end. So we'll see. Oh, maybe. Yeah, she already left the meeting.